Now, a virtual assistant manual is basically going to be a walkthrough for your virtual assistant to know what to do while they're in your business. As they're getting started, as they don't know where everything is, this is going to be basically their guide. They're given this like context of where everything's at, of where everything is going, so then they know what to do next without you having to really walk them through the whole process. This is about basically making sure that your assistant has everything that they need to succeed as they're getting started working with you. Hi there and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now my goal is that at the end of this video is to be able to walk you through the process of how to create a virtual assistant manual. Now if this is your first time on my channel, my name is Lai Lacaba. I have been working from home since I was 15 years old and now run my own outsourcing agency to XU, and I post videos every Sunday and Thursday on how to work from home and how to have a business from home. So make sure to hit the subscribe button right there so you don't miss any of my videos. Now, as I mentioned in the intro, is this video is going to be how to create a virtual assistant manual. If you've never really thought of this concept before, if you've never really thought of like, hey, what can I give to my assistant the moment that they're onboarded, this is the video for you. So in the previous video, I've already talked about how to onboard new employees, and this video is kind of just in conjunction or in connection with that. This is about basically making sure that your assistant has everything that they need to succeed as they're getting started working with you. Now, a virtual assistant manual is basically going to be a walkthrough for your virtual assistant to know what to do while they're in your business. As they're getting started, as they don't know where everything is, this is going to be basically their guide. They're given this like context of where everything's at, of where everything is going, so then they know what to do next without you having to really walk them through the whole process. Now, the first step in creating your virtual assistant manual is choosing your platform. What I mean by this is choose a place where you're going to store this. Of course, this is probably going to be online, and as much as I would say like, hey, make this into a PDF that you can just give to the assistant, as much as possible, you probably want it to be something that's editable, mostly probably just by you. So different platforms that I will recommend that you can use this with is, of course, it's just Google Docs. That's where we used to have our manual. Nowadays, it's on Notion, where it's just all a beautiful page where we can show everyone all of the new assistants coming in, again, where things are at, what we're doing, what we're trying to do in the company without having to over-explain it or say it over and over again. It's just all there. You can also use tools like Trello or Asana just so you can have a place basically that you can write up what are the different parts of your company, all of that, without it being kind of locked in. So you can make changes, you can update it whenever you need to. Next is then you want to write up a section all about your company. So what this looks like is make sure that you put in like your company history of why you started, you know, the usual like vision, mission, if you have any. And the biggest part is like what their position is going to help you with. So what I mean by that is, for example, for us, our goal is to be able to educate 1 million Filipinos how to work from home, and at the same time help 10,000 entrepreneurs be able to have a business that scales without them. So with that sentence, I make sure to put that in our manual, so then they are aware of the goal that we're going towards, and they're also aware when we hire them, this is in service to that goal. So you want to make sure that it makes sense for them to get hired. It doesn't have to be a customized thing for every virtual assistant that you hire, but it's just giving them a sense that they're part of something bigger. You want to create a list of the different company policies that you want implemented inside of your company. So this could be, what is the policy for if they are coming into a meeting? So, you know, telling them like, hey, make sure that you're there 5 to 10 minutes before the meeting, make sure you're not late, make sure you take notes, blah, blah, blah. It could be policies on pay, like when they should expect pay to come in. There probably is going to be policies on how to do certain things. So this becomes their guidelines of how to act, how to perform inside of the company that they know is aligned with the values, with the goal, with the mission and vision that we just talked about. Next is to create just a place for resources and tools for it. Now what this could look like is just creating a list of training books or courses or podcasts or audiobooks that you recommend that they take or they go through. And this could also have a list of tools that the company uses. And you guys can check out the video video on the top tools to recommend if you're going to work with virtual assistants right here. Basically, what I mean by this page of resources and tools is that you're giving them a place where if they're stuck on something, if they don't know a new tool that you guys are just learning, then that is a page where they can go through and get references from. The training part is a great way for them to be in sync with how the company thinks, because they're going to be reading the same kind of books that you've read and everyone's read that makes sense for everyone else to move forward. Next is having a place where you have your standard operating procedures. Now again, I have a whole video on what standard operating procedures are and how to make them, but basically you want to have a place where people know what are the processes that are inside of your company already, so then you are kind of training them without having to be too hands-on. You're just showing them, okay, this is it. You might add a video into it. That way, that part of the training is more streamlined and you don't have to teach that over and over again to different people. Next is create a database for assets or documents. What I mean by that is you might have different places where you store like contracts, where you store like the different documents, of course, that's needed to keep running your company. So like, for example, like different files of your clients, maybe files of your customers, where the products are at, logins maybe. So make sure they have a database of that, again, to make it easier, and it lessens the friction of having to keep asking you for it because it's just all in one place. Now, the next couple of items are probably going to be customized per person that you hire, per virtual assistant that you hire, you work with. But the first one that you want to make sure that you create is a list of what is expected from them in the next couple of months. So for example, let's say you're hiring a virtual assistant to create your content. You'll say, for the first month, I just expect you to go through the training and to learn what kind of content that we create. On the second month, I would love for you to come up with an idea, with a social media calendar maybe, to show us what it is that you suggest that we can do better on our content. And the third month is you're actually just now creating the content part. So it might not take that long, but that's just an example of creating kind of an expectations calendar so they know what to look out for in the next couple of months. Next is going to be creating their list of tasks that they're expected to learn and do. So for example, inside of my company 2XU, we walk through that process with our clients of like, these are the tasks and responsibilities for your assistant, and then we actually use that as a tracker to find out if, a few months later, if the assistant has actually done a couple of the tasks or not. So it's really just about alignment, for at least for us. It's just a quick way for us to see and compare how far the assistant basically has gone, and being able to check against the list to see if it's actually being followed, or of course, which is usually the case, they got blown off course and actually doing a different thing altogether. So having this is just, again, just a tracker to be able to see and for them to be aware, again, also of what is expected from them. Then of course, the last step is actually to update this regularly. Try to do this every quarter, where you're checking in on your company manual to see if it's still up to date, if it's still something that is actually relevant, and to see if it's something that you want to give to other assistants as you hire more. Now, if you guys like this video, make sure to hit the thumbs up button right there and comment below what are the things you want to add into your manual, or if you've ever created a virtual assistant manual before. Now, if you guys still haven't yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button right there so you don't miss any of my videos every Sunday and Thursday on how to work from home and how to have a business from home. And you guys can check out the latest video right here. I hope you guys have an awesome day, and remember that small steps matters, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!